1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon.
Dawson, I think, should have blown the whistle, and it would have avoided that business at the end. But quite simply, what happened is that the ball fell to Manchester City, and of course Liverpool's goalkeeper, because it was right near the end of the game, as I say, possibly after the end of the game technically, but the whistle hadn't gone. Alisson, the Liverpool goalkeeper, had been up for a corner trying to score a goal. Goalkeepers do come up when they need to get a goal near the end, but the more so because he gave away what some said was a bit of a needless penalty, which gave Manchester City the lead 2-1. So probably he was getting up the other end near the end to try and desperately make up for what he'd done. But anyway, when he was there, nothing came of the corner, and he still seemed to be. If you look at the television pictures, Alisson was still standing there. He wasn't rushing to get back to his goal, possibly because he thought, well, the whistle was about to go. Well, it wasn't, and the ball came to one of the Man City players, who then realised that he was on about the halfway line, and he realised that the goalkeeper, Alisson, was actually still in Manchester City's half. He was behind him. So very quickly, he kicked the ball towards the goal, and it wasn't kicked that hard, but it was hard enough to make good headway. And then, of course, you get Haaland chasing after it like a cheetah, and then Szoboszlai grabbing him before the ball went into the goal where it was headed. He was grabbing him to stop him getting near it, so Szoboszlai could then get it and clear it. And then having been pulled, Haaland then sort of pulls and pushes and stops him getting any closer to the ball, Szoboszlai, and it goes in the goal. And of course, there's a great celebration from the fans, the crowd, or the Man City fans. What a goal, 3-1. But of course, it was never going to stand because VAR naturally had its course. And in my view, the correct outcome happened, and that was simply that if you take it back, really when Szoboszlai pulled at Haaland, really literally pulled his arm to stop him going forward, denying him an obvious goal scoring opportunity, because he probably would have got to the ball even before it went over the goal line. Then that was a red card offence. But obviously then Haaland retaliated, and they were pushing and pulling each other, and it went in the goal. But the first offence was Szoboszlai, who pulled and really yanked at Haaland. So that there's a red card offence. Now VAR sent the referee to the side, and again he looked at this, and he said, and he came back and he has to announce what happened. He said Szoboszlai committed a pull, which is a red card offence, but it's no goal because obviously the game would have stopped at that point of the red card. So I was a bit surprised at the time how much confusion there seemed to be about this, to a limited degree in the studio afterwards, but even amongst the players, they all looked a bit mystified. But as far as I was concerned, and I think many people feel the same, it was the right decision. It was basically, I think people were saying, well, really, the referee should just have let the goal stand, avoid sending off a Liverpool man right at the end of a game, so he'll now get presumably a one-game ban for that. I don't think it's more than one game. And he should just have let the goal stand. But then, as someone else said, quite rightly, if at the end of the season the Premiership is decided, the Premier League is decided on goal difference, that goal or two goals could make a real difference to one team's position. So I think they had to do it properly. So Szoboszlai was sent off. It's a bit sad for him because earlier in the game he scored one of the goals of the season with his free kick. I mean, the way it swerved in the air was just quite something. And
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, three beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the show.
And to have the Manchester City goalkeeper, thought by many to be the best goalkeeper in the world, Donnarumma, he just stood there transfixed. The ball flew in off the post like a laser beam rocket. An incredible goal, and really one you could argue worthy of winning a game. And I guess at that point, Liverpool thought they were going to win it because it was fairly later in the game. But it wasn't to be. Manchester City turned it round with that penalty. And then the debacle at the end of the goal that really wasn't. But at the end of all that, everyone was a bit out of breath. What a fantastic game to watch, and what a great advertisement for the Premier League. You know, the Premier League's games go round the world and are viewed by billions, literally billions of people, billions of fans. It's the most popular sporting thing in the world. So to see a game like that around the world in all sorts of countries is fantastic, because, as I say, what a wonderful example of a Premier League football game, and millions here, of course, can enjoy it live on television, and we are blessed with the ability to see all these games on TV. I think this week all the Premier League have games starting tonight, going on till Thursday, possibly one on Friday. I think there is as well, but they'll all be playing each other, and all the games are on TV. I think they're on TNT, but I could be wrong on that, but I think they are. So yeah, for football fans, it's a great product for us to watch with the game that we love.
Yeah, because last week we talked about Arne Slot, and the interview where he said, I think what his fans ought to see is an entertaining football, and we did. Well, I did disagree with that. Well, having watched the game at the weekend just gone with Manchester City, I think I'm starting to believe him. Because that was a very entertaining football to watch.
Well, it really was. It was fantastic.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, even people, it's the sort of thing, even someone who's not football mad, who's not a self-confessed fan of football particularly. Of course, there are people who just don't want to watch football, but even someone who's a bit lukewarm about watching it would have been taken in by that game, because it was end to end. You're seeing probably the highest quality players, as I say, with them and with teams like Arsenal and others. And it was a great contest, a great contest between two great football teams. And the Premier League is a tough league to play in, fight physically, and it's a tough game. I mean, for example, Jack Grealish.
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, three beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the